It's winding up. Okay, we're good to go. All right, let's call to order the meeting of Administration and Legal Affairs Committee, Wednesday, August 13th at 5 p.m. 2.0. Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for another opportunity to come together to adhere to the county's business, Lord. We just pray that you give us wisdom and guidance as we go through our meeting today, and that you bless it from beginning to end. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right, 3.0 approval of agenda. So move. Second, Mr. Frick. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good, we'll keep moving. 4.0 approval of meeting minutes from July 9th, 2025.
So move.
Yeah,
I'll second.
Mrs. Hayes.
Have one comment.
Yes.
Beth and I talked about adding her name in the attendance since she participated during the discussion,
Okay.
rather than just being here as the minute taker. So you guys are okay with that?
Motion to add that, Phil.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of the approval and the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Moved. 5.0 approval of claims. We have before $64,985.12 in total. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve
Okay.
those.
I can second. I went through it pretty good, so I'll second it. Any concerns or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, pass that down. We'll get that signed. And 6.0 public comments. Do not see anyone else here. How about 7.0 departmental reports and 7.1 county treasurer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm assuming everybody has had a chance to review the July month report, sent that out on the 8th, Friday. All good news because of the first property tax distribution, which was the largest of the year. So that positively impacted the bottom line. Well, county funds up over $4.6 million compared to the end of June. Income and sales tax receipts, which you see on the cover, are also up as compared to June, which is good, kind of reversing the trend that we saw earlier in the year. So all good news on that front. Because we had that infusion of cash, I was able to invest quite a bit more money this month. So we're up to 13.4 million invested versus 8.8 last month. Just had 5 smaller investments mature during July, just shy of $20,000 in interest earnings. So kind of an uneventful month, except for the property tax distributions. If you don't have any questions about that, or if you do, I'm glad to answer them.
All right,
All right, so the bigger news then, going back to the property tax distribution. We had the second one on Monday, small one, relatively 5.77 million, but that's across the county. The county itself saw 693,000 and change, mill race a little over 13,000. And the next distribution will be September 10th, which should be a little larger than this last one. So everything is moving right along. We're getting ready to do mobile home bills at the end of next week, which is almost a negligible source of income. I bill out $50,000, but we have more in past due mobile home bills than we do in current mobile home bills. And I don't, there are several counties, I'm one of them, I don't sell the taxes on the mobile homes. Because that's a nightmare, because then there's a lien on a vehicle basically that comes into play. So we collect those past due taxes when someone goes to move, because they have to transfer the title. They cannot transfer the title until all taxes are paid. So that's at the time we kind of recover at that, so. Yeah. So mobile home's exciting, that's coming up, but everything else is just kind of moving along, sort of uneventfully, which is how we like it. Any questions?
see,
Thank you.
move on. 7.2 county clerk.
Thank you. On the reporter side, we were up a little bit of reporting July over June. Even though we record these documents, you'll see we brought in a little less tax from the revenue stamps. On the clerk side, petition season has begun on August 5th. Packets are available in our office. There's also a lot of information on the website under the election tab, the candidates guide. There's also the packets for anyone running on the county level available on the county website. Signature requirements are also available on the website.
Another election. Never ending, it seems like. Okay, any questions or? Okay, thank you. Let's go to 7.3 Supervisor of Assessments.
I apologize for not being here last week on the meeting. I know I gave you guys a little packet of different sales and things like that. So I didn't know if anybody had any questions or whatever. The main reason I gave it to you is just to show you how rapid and how much difference the sale prices are to the current assessments, and sort of explain why we have had a state multiplier compared to many, many years. And so that if some of the constituents come to you or whatever, that you guys have a better understanding of the situation and things like that. So then you guys aren't unprepared, or you have your questions, or at least some examples of different things that, you know, we're just not picking up numbers over. This is why it has happened and not in the past, whatever. Other than that, we had 2 townships to gather all the data. This year, 3 of them were hired out by the townships with Sandy Davis. We completed all of our field work. I am still waiting for 1 full township full of data and half of the second one, and she still hasn't completed completely the first one. So hopefully we can get her to get the data back to us. Other than that, just plugging away on that. And like Stephanie says, it's quiet in my office. So we're just doing our paperwork and things like that. So I like quiet.
Everybody does, right? Okay, any questions or, okay, good. All right, chugging along here. How about 7.4 County Administrator?
So I apologize for not having a formal report attached to the agenda. Wouldn't have had a whole lot of information, just other than what I will talk to you about now. I have, over the past few weeks prior to last week, been out at the nursing home almost every day, running morning meeting, doing things. There was an interim administrator that we had in place for a very short-term 2-week fill. We have another interim administrator that started on Friday. And so I've been working with him since he's been on board. There was a 1-day overlap, so there was a handoff period with the other interim administrator that had quite a few things going on with the nursing home stuff. July 30th, I did attend, Mr. Newton had reached out to me about a CEJA solar training program that's going on in the community for anyone who would like to get their certification to install solar panels. So he had said there were city representatives and asked me to appear on behalf of the county. Then on the 24th of July, I was able to attend our over the summer, it's more like one-time meeting, but our monthly regional ILCMA meetings, which is the professional organization I'm a part of. John Phillips, who has been one of the longest senior advisors and been a resource for me, announced his retirement at that luncheon. So he will be done the end of December, but it's been a really good resource for me, that group, and the group will continue. He's just retiring from his senior advisor position. So as far as other things with the nursing home, I've kind of already updated with the interim administrators. Through this process, we had to have a survey completed on the land, and just been working through a lot of the things with the attorneys that from Pulsinelli to move forward with the next steps. So that is about all I have.
Sounds busy. It does. Okay. See any questions about 7.5 IT management?
I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah,
My report came out later this afternoon, so you may not have seen that yet. The best way I can explain it is I have a bunch of projects that vary where they are in the time frame. All can be completed soon or take a little bit longer depending on timelines and what we got going on. I've got some server projects we're still rolling out. Just added one for ST Coil, one that we're moving forward with. That's been kind of slow for them. So we're moving forward on that front, which will take some coordination with vendors and such to get that switched out, but hopefully will alleviate some of their stress. Still have health department servers to go in that we have to make sure we get in without taking their day-to-day out. So we're looking into when we can get that scheduled. The phones are still to be rolled out any day. I'm gonna just start with an office here, an office there. And the elevator project over at the courthouse, the second elevator is now being put in, which requires some of my services as well. We need internet and phones to that one now as well. So just a little bit of everything everywhere. Just kind of taking it a day at a time and trying to triage, prioritize depending up. So does anybody have any questions specifically on anything that's going on right now? I will add my budget. I didn't get it in yet. I'm still reviewing a bunch because I can tell you my budget will be cheaper or less expensive than what it was this year. We lost the CrowdStrike contract that is now being picked up by a grant. Our office went up a little bit, but not as much as what I had projected. So that'll help. And then obviously the improvements that I've done, I gotta finish spending some of that money to get some of those in. We have purchased new routers for various sites and stuff, but we gotta get them in and see what we need. Likewise after that, so I don't know exactly what that number is gonna look like, but it will be cheaper than what I asked for this year. So I just gotta get some of the stuff done so I can kind of project, so I hope by next month I can have a better assessment of what I'm gonna ask for and what's falling off, so that's about all I have for right now, other than busy.
Sure. As you're going through and projecting for next year, do you have an update on a lot of the surplus materials that I know you kind of had occasional use for, which I haven't heard much.
No, to be honest, we still have a bunch of stuff that the previous IT director purchased down in the basement. I've had specialists come in to try and access some of that stuff. He left it for so long, it was out of warranty, and we've been having trouble getting everything back online once warranties are expired or has expiration dates. We've been trying to work through that. We definitely have a thought in mind to use it. Obviously, I'm not gonna let it go to waste, but we gotta get the other things up to snuff. I believe I said last month, I tried putting in a new router at another site and it wouldn't work because the other stuff was too old for it to talk to each other. It just wasn't working well. So we have to kind of do things together. So we're kind of putting boxes in and putting them on the network. And then when we feel like we're at a point, we're just going to cut them over. We physically have them installed. We'll just flip a switch to switch it from the old boxes to the new boxes. And then we'll make sure, everything's jiving and working before we pull out the old stuff. But it's just kind of a coordinated effort. I will say we're in a better place than we've ever been here. But again, I'm going to knock on wood because I don't want to jinx anything. But, it's just coordinating and getting to that point. But we also have a Central Square 911 project going on right now. That's between the city and the county as well. And depending on the day, that could require, some of my services as well. So it's just kind of going where the fire is that day and then still trying to coordinate moving forward. So long story short, we do intend to use that, even if it's just mass file storage, that we can put all of our backups and stuff on. But we do have a plan, but so far it hasn't been easy when we knock out the block of time to try and work with HP and stuff. We just haven't gotten very far. So, but I do foresee us, we kind of have the plan to maybe have a bunch of virtual servers for the county on it and that we're sending backups offsite as well. So that we're covered there too. So there are some thoughts in mind of what we're gonna use that for. We just aren't that far yet.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Agenda here, how about 7.6 report, just nothing, didn't need probably, right?
We have not been.
Yeah, okay. You wanted to say something, Chair?
Waiting on the survey. George is obviously inundated with day-to-day duties with the nursing home, so it's not a priority at this point. It should be, but it's not.
I get it, okay. All right, there isn't any old business, so let's move on to new business, 9.1. Review and approval of proposed fiscal year 26 budgets. I think probably today we're just gonna review them here. And then we'll look on, try to get past next month. Makes sense, unless there's something really super easy here. So administration services,
So,
thanks.
as you can tell, by the notes, the, salary increases, mine per contract, the other two in the budget by, budget policy. Increased the, supplies and stationery slightly because of the increased costs of things. Increased the line for my membership and dues because that is based on a percentage of salary. So as salary goes up, that membership goes up. You know, the overall increase is 2.51%, largely due to the removal of the photocopies cost because of the 5-year agreement with Access Systems with that. Okay.
Question on the paper, because we were talking about that, see the treasurer also had it uptick by 11%, you've got a 10. Is that on our good data? Do we think it's going up that high or?
Just what I kind of looked at
Okay,
and
that's
seen.
fine.
The assessor did talk to me about that.
Okay. Yeah, we were both looking at that and I had heard talk, so, okay.
You'll notice we haven't ordered the paper for the entire
Right.
county yet, which is a good chunk in my budget as well, but it just hasn't been spent yet.
Yeah, that's what that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys got any questions on any of that? Look pretty good this way.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty reasonable there, so. Okay. Let's move on to IT. You said you're gonna work on that. We'll get that next month.
Yeah.
Take a look at that and hopefully we can get it close, we maybe pass that next month too. Well, but county treasurer, let's see. Here's somewhere.
I have both my, general fund and treasure operation budgets on that same document.
Let's see there. I see this place doing, what are they doing? I don't know that I have it. I thought I put it all in this folder here.
Did you want me to go ahead?
You wanna speak to it?
Yeah, perfect. So there really are no surprises, you know, and as with the administrator's budget, the biggest driver is salaries in our budgets, and mine is by resolution. The other two people I have in my office are by just the approved COLA, so there's nothing outside the norm there. My entire budget within the general fund only went up 3.99%, and I did move some things around so that I could pick up a little bit of extra expense in the automation fund in terms of computer supplies, rather than putting it in the general fund. Not a lot, it was $400 swing, but I think I'm gonna have to replace some monitors next year. They're looking like they need to be replaced. I've kind of limped them along. But I would rather spend that money out of the automation fund. You see that down below, because that's a fee generating fund, which is not your tax dollars or any other general fund dollars. So the general fund budget, you know, pretty straightforward, unless you have any questions about that. I did just bump up mileage a little bit on publishing supplies, just because of just general cost increases. There's nothing, you know, no lightning bolts there that shouldn't surprise anybody. In the automation budget, That one's up just about a percentage more than the treasurer budget, but again, that one's all fee driven. So it's not really, I don't wanna say it's not as important, but there's really no impact to any other fund. So, the biggest change would have been in the office equipment that I'm looking at some replacements I know that I'm gonna need to make, but I'm ready to send this as far forward as you need to. I don't anticipate any changes.
I think let's do them all next month. That's for it.
Great.
Right, what do we got next? How about county clerk?
Mine, the county clerk recorder, the salary increase of 3% is based on the resolution. And the deputies is based on the 4% COLA. The other one, I increased the auto mileage a little bit. And the other increase was the miscellaneous fees for birth and death that I paid to the health department, just because people are coming for birth and death certificates more, so that's gonna continue to increase. So overall, a 3.28% increase for the county clerk recorder budget. Outside of that, for fees that county clerk recorder's office generate to the general fund, I got estimated $175,000 there. And revenue statements $95,000. And then the recorder's office, it's in the GIS budget, but the recorder's office is estimated to generate about $200,000 for the GIS budget.
Have you sent that to us or to me? That budget? Have you sent that to me?
I sent it to, there's.
I don't know that I got it yet, but can you email that to us or is
Yeah,
that
it's
copies?
linked on the
The agenda?
county website. I don't think it was linked to the
It's not on the agenda.
agenda. If you go to the.
I'm like, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. That's good. Everybody else wants one. Okay.
Any questions on the clerk and recorder budget on the top?
It's on the agenda.
It is.
Yes.
The only one that's linked on mine is the treasurer, supervisor of assessments, GIS, job description.
Mine doesn't do anything either.
Yeah, on the website it is, so I don't know if it was just sent out.
I will.
I don't want to say this out loud. I had issues with the nursing center agenda for the first time yesterday. It worked perfectly when I tested it, and as soon as I sent the email, there was like 4 of the links not working, so I had to redo it, so
But we'll look at that and try to get that aspect.
You're not approving tonight anyway, are you?
No, we'll just.
They're there in September, it should be good.
Yeah.
On the election side, 4% COLA for the deputies, a slight increase for printing paper and supplies. The postage that we have for the bulk mailing that we do comes out of that line item. We anticipate increase in postage, and we have to send out the permanent vote by mail postcard for the 2026 general election. So that's been estimated to be $24,000 total, give or take, that's an estimate. And then we own all of the equipment, but the warranty, the use and warranty that is going up a little bit as well. So that's the increase you see in the printing paper and supplies line. And then there's increase in auto mileage a little bit there, and then the slight increase for the increase in rent that we have, as well as the election equipment delivery. As far as the grants, we're still planning to hope to get the HAVA grant and the point of place accessibility grant. It's just there's limited funds this year for those grants. Sure. Then on the back side is the mechanical document storage. Just a slight increase in revenue, but as far as the expenses, there's no increase there. Any questions?
It's really good.
Thank you.
Oh, let's see, assessments.
Who do you want to do first? I have all 3 of them, so however you want to do it.
You're in charge.
I'm in
This is
charge.
yours, yeah, this is your show on this one.
Well, let's do border review, because border review, I didn't do any changes other than since they are a county employee. Then I gave them the 4% COLA, since they are considered a employee. And other than that, everything was pretty much the same as I did last year. GIS, the only big increase was, Jasmine said it was for the rent. When they did the camp, figured the camera and things like that, electricity made a huge jump. So that's the only real big difference in that one. For my budget, my salary is with my contract, my deputies, the deputies and the chief deputy, I did ask for an extra 2% besides the 4%, because as you can see later on in the agenda, I would like to hire somebody else as a whole, and to start someone at the salary that is competitive is really hard when I have someone that's been there for 20 some years, and Freeport just hired somebody and they're starting
Quite a bit more.
way more. They're starting way more than my person that's been there 20 some years.
Yeah, and that's on that Excel sheet in the packet, that's your email that she sent out, we talked about
So I
that.
would like to really bring them up to where we all should believe to, that they're worth and stuff like that. So the only other big increase is for the DevNet tax system and software. After many years of getting things straightened out and whatever, it has come to my attention that in order to actually use my computer program, in order to value property instead of doing it by hand, a software upgrade was supposed to be installed back in 2018 before the previous person had left. So in order to actually utilize my software to do that, I have to pay a one-time upgrade fee of $5,000. So
And that's gonna save you a lot of manual work.
Very much of
Basically,
manual work.
we'll call it overtime even though you're on salary. A lot of hours.
I will be not here on weekends if I can get that. It's just, it would have been nice to have been used that a long time ago, because that was the whole purpose of us switching from the previous profile to the DevNet, of having both systems.
Yeah, we got it.
I finally have figured out after all this time why.
So I think it's worth the program.
And then, the other one too is, Kimber's been here long enough and feels comfortable, so she is going to get her destination this year.
Yes. Yeah, that's on 700 part, so. Yeah, there's a couple of increases, but I think that's what we need to do this year at least, so.
Right, and
We'll
I
have to
did,
play
like I
by
said
ear
last
next
year, remember Freeport was the one that's supposed to be about, publishing, so I did take the money, some money from there, because I don't need
Right,
quite as much.
so.
So I tried to balance it, because I believe my staff is way more important than
Well,
that.
believe me, when you lose somebody, it costs you way more to retrain, reteach, so all that stuff. Believe me, I know all that from where I work at, so. I'm in agreement with trying to do this year, and we'll play it by ear next year, but
Okay.
it's up to the committee as well.
I think we've had that conversation on a few other issues. It's not a comfortable decision, but it seems like the logical one.
So. Okay. All right, any other questions? This one?
That should cover all three of mine, so.
Okay. I think that's it then, so we'll jump down to 9.2. We can get there. Right into our agenda here, here we go. And we're gonna talk about a job description for the deputy assessor. So. You said you needed to hire someone.
I've been technically short a person since I became. So, and I've done some part-time people and some field people and things like that. And then obviously when the townships hired out Sandy, then I didn't need to do. But the last couple of years, we've had some problems and the townships have sort of, some of them have reached out to me. There's been quite a few of the people that were in the townships aren't real comfortable with, so they have talked to their township supervisor. So from the chatter that I've gotten, it sounds like the county is going to end up back with all 17 townships again. And if I do 17 townships for field work and to value them, I need a little. So instead of just a field person, then I need someone to come in and do the different, do all that stuff.
May I ask, did you write up this thing or did you have some assistance with this?
I had a little assistance, like I said, Freeport had done the same,
Okay.
had hired for the same position.
Okay.
She was gonna do it as a part-time position. Her board actually told her that she should hire a full-time person to cover so she could get it trained, because 3 of her staff, including herself, are getting to the age where they can retire sooner than later.
Okay.
So then they can get some fresh blood in there, so we sort of used hers as a template and then added a few things.
It was sent to liability and their comments were updated.
They were okay with this? Okay. That's where I was going next. Thank you, mind reader. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions, guys?
No, I went through the wording to look back.
I thought it was good as well, but want to make sure liability had saw it, so.
Their thing is the new law, the weight
restriction.
thing being included, so.
Yep,
All you have to do is carry a box of folders, so.
pretty much, yeah.
We tried to debate how. Not real. I mean, we did add, I think, didn't we add that it was walking on uneven?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
advised.
Yeah,
And I don't think about it just because I've done it for so long, I guess I didn't think about it.
that's why they review it. so
Right, exactly.
They know what they've been hit.
I'm
so.
very grateful for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what they'll do during the summer and stuff like that, they'll go out in the field, and then in the winter, and then in between things, then they will do the entering of all the data.
That's included in your next year's budget, I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Yep, okay. Very good. All right, now there's any further questions? You guys, good, I'm gonna make a motion to approve. I get a second. Second, Mr. Monroe, thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Unanimous, thank you. Okay, next we have 9.3 approval resolution establishing the holiday calendar for 2026. And did that and kind of matched it up with what's currently out there for holidays. And I believe we are good to go.
No board meeting conflict this year. Next year.
I promise you, I'm not bringing this up to be
Nope. Is there something?
What's that?
It will be brought up by somebody.
Yeah, it's gonna be brought up at some point. The courthouse now gets Christmas Eve off. And they never had before. And all the other offices on this give up a holiday in February to get Christmas Eve off. And now that they get that holiday, they technically get one more holiday than the rest of the county. So it's going to be an issue, probably not specifically from us, but from some other body in the county at some point. So I'm just throwing it out there to let you know. Because it's already happening this year. I think, they get Christmas Eve off this year, so they're gonna get an extra holiday than everybody this year. So again, I'm surprised it hasn't been an issue yet, but it probably will come up in the next few months.
I appreciate you saying that because I didn't realize that,
Um,
so.
The administrative people, like our people and the health department, the other people noted on here, basically sacrificed Lincoln's birthday several years ago in order to pick up Christmas Eve. But the courthouse didn't, and now they have both. So that's where the clarity comes in, is that we had to give one up.
In
To
order
get
to get
one.
one.
Yeah. And there is a union that is affected on both sides.
Right.
Okay.
So again,
So is that
Just
just
the
that
message.
conversation should start?
Started, or will
So,
start.
hey,
It won't go
we,
there.
I mean, if there is going to be an issue, they're
oh, it's,
gonna want.
it'll
I mean,
definitely come up. You
I
might as well
mean,
just.
they're gonna be the loudest voices in the room,
Right.
I would assume. Cause just like you said, I don't know that there's much to do immediately,
Right.
but,
Can we lay this over till next month and then see what
Absolutely.
we want to do about this, or do you have a recommendation? So I think we lay it over then we get with,
Is there a recommendation? I mean, you're only,
well, they're gonna want another day off, so what day do they want off? I'm not just gonna pick one. I mean, we could.
If you were to, my recommendation,
Sure.
if you were to add a day, which I'm not saying has to happen, but if you were to add a day to this resolution, I would say it would be Lincoln's birthday, February 12th, same day that the courthouse is taking off. January.
just for the sake of unifying.
Right.
Correct.
Because
One less headache.
We worked Lincoln's birthday when they had off.
How long
So
ago
then-
was that?
Oh, God, it's
Maybe
5
years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, 5, 6 years ago.
Oh, it was in effect when I came over.
Are you sure?
Has it been that long?
So what you're proposing is everybody would get Lincoln's birthday off? Is that what you're saying, Jen?
To make it uniform, that would be the schedule.
Okay.
I'm afraid you guys will have an issue.
Just clarifying.
But
Well, I was gonna say
What
the
we're-
issue will be this year, but
So President's Day and Lincoln's.
That's what
Yes,
the
we
schedule
had
is for, yeah.
Which one is Monday and one is the preceding Thursday.
Oh, it's on Thursday this year?
Are there any of these holidays that we follow on county board meetings? We had that issue this year. I don't want to run into that again.
I don't think.
Juneteenth,
Yeah.
Juneteenth is scheduled for Friday.
you know, any of these others that are listed on.
And we got,
For 26, you mean?
Correct.
I don't think so.
No.
They're
The only Thursdays I'm seeing are either
Thanksgiving
way
and
early in the month.
Christmas
late.
Eve,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
well, you
It's
also
only
fall
to
into
approve
the
this
days
and
off
then
of
approve
committee
the
meetings.
county.
Well, I mean, this is done. We can prove this resolution, but the chief judge says that. Doesn't matter what we do on theirs.
Well, theirs is already set to include that date. What we're doing is suggesting this match theirs.
Or we direct all phone calls and complaints to the.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Other than 2025, has county always had the day after Thanksgiving off?
Always.
always,
It's hard for me to gauge because she's at work all the time.
That's very true. I've come in with her on the day after Thanksgiving, so I get it. But we've always had it. There has not been public ever.
Yeah, the only change was the courts getting Christmas Eve off now. And then instead of taking a holiday away, they just added that one, so that's where you're gonna run into the issue with the unions. And it takes effect this year for them. And that February date was already given up, so I
We
don't
don't have an
know.
issue with the unions because they're under a collective bargaining agreement. Maybe the next time around, but nobody's gonna complain about the agreement they're in. I mean, they can, they're under an agreement.
So what day is Lincoln's?
February 12th is Lincoln's birthday. I don't know what day.
Or
It's a
concerned about the
Thursday.
time.
Yeah, I mean, they would technically could have a grievance there, that's not a union grievance because of, I don't, you're not treating every employee the same way by not offering the same vacation. Right.
If we ran into that before, I hope the chief judge dictates. There's not much you have to do. Anyway,
So if we do add the 12th on here, they're not gonna go back and say, well, we need an extra day, are they?
They already have it.
No, just saying.
Again, I think that what Mr. Helm said, what the chief judge set that up. So we're just bringing the rest of the county there, so we don't have the complaints.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I mean, somebody wants to make a motion to add that on here, we can do that. So. Do that, we're.
I'll move, add Lincoln's birthday.
Okay, February 12th.
Interest of,
Are we gonna make that the observed day, or are we gonna make that the day?
probably the observed.
I don't think it's the 12th then.
Yeah,
Next
it'll
year it
be,
is, next year it is, but you can't.
no, yeah.
So that would be.
It is, because February 16th is a Monday, so
The 12th is Thursday,
do
the
they,
previous Thursday.
do they do it on his birthday or do they observe it on a Monday? That's what I'm
I thought it
wondering.
was always on.
Oh,
I think it's on his birthday.
I swear
Which
that's
is
what
always-
we've always had.
Which is so
Okay.
silly.
All right, well, I'll second that motion to add February 12th as observed on here. Well, it's not observed, it's actually.
Can we,
Lincoln's birthday.
can we say to match the court?
There you go.
The court schedule is
Yeah.
for February 12th, Thursday.
Okay, so,
That's, yep.
yeah.
I'll second that. Motion, or make it, yeah, I'll second that. Any further conversation before we vote? All right,
So
yeah, go ahead.
is that just for non-union people, or is that for union and, I mean, are you gonna,
See, 'cause
because we have contracts with them.
I think it's for every other employee outside the courthouse,
Yeah,
whether you're union or not.
Yeah. The county takes the holiday, but.
County.
To align with the
Yeah.
court schedule.
Right.
No,
That's okay.
my answer is no.
Okay, well, we haven't voted yet. You,
Well, you're waiting for it.
okay. All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, and then no. The two ayes and one nay.
My only reason is there's already 14 days.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I totally get it.
So when this goes to the board, please explain the differences in the conversation that was had. It's not just power this through.
Right,
I'm not saying it shouldn't pass, but
okay,
there needs to be some explanation as far as what the thought process was and
sure.
letting them know that one was added,
Yep,
please.
I'm sure we'll have some conversation on that one. Okay, so 2-1 it passes for now. Any comments from committee members? Yes,
For IT, I heard on the radio, AOL dial-up is gonna end September 30th. Do you have any?
backup plans?
So I heard, actually, I think we should have the day off as a.
I think that story said something like 0.13% are still on dial-up.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, like, which is a very low number, but also not as low as it seems like it should be.
Right, I didn't realize it still existed.
We get a lot of people that have to email their tax bills too that are shockingly AOL.
Really?
Still remember the Dell tone.
I can still hear it.
Time.
Oh, that was terrible.
Get off the phone, I'm trying to use.
Any other comments? Yes,
I
Jared.
have a question for Angie. Where in your budget does it show the 6% increase for your deputies?
The numbers should
Because I'm, unless I'm looking at it wrong, I probably am, shows 2.69% increase. So I'm probably looking at it wrong.
Well, I noticed that too when the percentages did, but when I plugged in the numbers with the figure of the 6%. Doing the math,
You have a salary in there that isn't currently being used, though, right?
oh yeah, that's right, I have a part-time person.
Okay,
So the overall. is that
Maybe
what
the
you-
overall isn't,
I'd like that corrected though, so it reflects the correct percentage before it's approved.
Yeah, because that's calculated it for you, so that may not be the right amount. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I
So
guess what I
maybe
was
get
saying is,
Adrian on that, so we know
Yeah,
it's right before
that's
it's
fine.
approved here and it goes. to-
yeah, because once you plug these numbers in, then it automatically does the
So that may
percentage,
not
so
be
something
correct.
might be,
Yeah, it just,
okay.
it
but
needs
I'm
to
assuming,
reflect
I'm assuming that
correctly.
one salary line has starting wage with no increase,
But
which,
but each line is not showing the right amount.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Percentage.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds good. When you get it,
So when it comes back, it shows 6%.
Okay,
when you get it done, send it to me too.
I can
Send it-
send it to
send it out
everybody
to
or
you.
whatever,
That
but
works.
yeah, I guess
That
I
works.
didn't.
Okay.
Because like I said, when you plug in the numbers, then the person on the program, then it automatically just percentages it out, so I'll see how to do that.
So I have another question.
Sure.
Yes, and I should have caught this before. Your chief deputy, do you have a chief deputy?
Uh-huh,
Okay, what was the job description we just approved? Was that chief
Just-
deputy?
it should just say deputy,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So you do have a chief deputy?
Mhm.
Okay, I misunderstood that then.
Yeah. Kimmy's my chief deputy.
And is her increase really 9.27%?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's probably what that is.
Probably
Got
what
divided all
happened.
wrong.
Yeah,
That'd be simple to know.
so that's what she was in. Yeah.
Thanks.
That's why you are the math person.
That's.
Well, I don't have anything good, when you said the percentage.
Jump down, yeah.
The IT
This probably
guys,
has to be.
the IT guys increase is 9.27%.
Oh,
He's ignoring me.
no, Jasmine was talking.
You did that strategically, I think.
What did you say?
Said the IT guys increase is 9.27%.
Oh, it is.
I caught that. So I can't-
Spreadsheet says.
Because I don't have it, because you didn't present.
You just wait, buddy.
So with
But
that,
I will make sure the percentages and the lines match up.
Appreciate
so with that, we have a little homework to do here for next month.
But that's why we presented early before we approved.
Yeah, I can. Okay, let's jump down to 11.0 adjourn. All those who make a motion to adjourn. And a second, Mr. Monroe, all those in favor say aye. All right, thanks, everybody.
Are we on?